All right, let's get back to what this is about. Some of these folks will go in your house, steal everything you got, do heinous things to you and your family, up to and include murder. That's the reality of it. Why? Because there's no incentive for some of these folks to do the right thing. Let me show you something. You see the building right here? Right there. Okay. Now you see it's scheduled for demolition and poof, it's gone. Just like that. Like magic, right? So I got a registered sex offender who stays across the street from me. He rents a room from a guy who may be selling heroin on the side. All right. So this registered sex offender, he likes to make crank calls to the police department. All type of calls you can imagine. Whatever you can think of, he's done it. So he's the one, according to the rumor mill, set the building on fire. He's done it a couple times. The last time he called the police and said, hey, building's on fire. By the way, there's somebody stuck in it. So these guys come out. It was like they sent every firefighter and every firefighter from every neighboring town to this building. What if somebody would have died, man? These guys got families, mouths to feed, and this fool is playing on the phone. How is it that these guys can get away with this? Or why do they have this disregard toward your privacy and things like that? It's because jail is a resort for criminals. Microwave, TV, radio, stuff like that. Biggest thing they get is health care. And theirs is better than most working people. People paying taxes, working a 9 to 5. Medication, healthcare specialists, they get to see a nurse every day. You have to take off from work to go see a doctor or a nurse. Not these guys. They get treated like royalty when you think about it. So that's why they can go off and do the things that they do. What do you think would have happened if my family walked in that garage after leaving something in the car? You think he just turns around, walks away? What if he decides he doesn't want to go back? Because I can tell you 90% chance he's been in and out of jail. He's probably a junkie looking for a quick fix. So he steals stuff, sells it to get high. And I understand people get depressed and things like that, but I shouldn't have to pay for that. What if I walk in my garage and he's in there and something happens? You'll have every news station and organization protesting in front of my house, talking about how cruel and inhumane I was toward him. Never mind what he did, though. I'm for reform and common sense stuff, don't get me wrong. But at what point do we say enough is enough? You got guys who have been in and out of jail since they were 16, 17 years old. These guys are in their 40s and 50s. They just don't get it, and they don't want to. Jail is too comfortable for them. Trust me, it is easier for them to be in jail than to take care of their responsibilities and take care of the children. These guys don't always change. They do something despicable, get a bond, go right back out into the street, get a gun, shoot a rival, or shoot at a rival, end up killing an innocent baby, and get out again. It's again and again and again and again, over and over and over again. 40 and 50 cases these guys are fighting or have fought. So when do we say enough is enough? And then when they look up, they're almost seniors, addicted to drugs, can't get a job. So what do they go out and do? They go stealing stuff just to compensate for their drug habits. So would I be wrong for leaving? I go take out my garbage. It's a war zone. I look down the alley, hear gunshots. There's a guy running. I don't know if he's running from the gunshots or if he's the guy that was doing the actual shooting. You got folks running through red lights, running through stop signs. They will hit your car, kill you, and keep going. Police can't even chase them. That's what reform is doing. I mean, somebody even nicked my car. You stay in a big city, this is going to happen, but I didn't buy this car like this. So it takes away the value. Cars depreciate, but this really doesn't help. You're on your way to work, or you're loading the car with groceries, or even taking the kids to school. All of a sudden you get boxed in. Group of teenagers hop out. Young people with guns. They take your car, purse, phone, briefcase, all that stuff. Book bags, they take everything. These guys, if they were a little smarter, I shouldn't even say it, but think about it. They have your registration in your glove box. So now they know where you live. They can go to your house. God forbid that you got family still at home. There's no telling what might happen. So something has to happen real soon, or it's going to get worse and worse and worse. We had a officer who was carjacked at a Menards, I believe. Think Menards, or a store near Menards. Got carjacked. Her husband was with her, boyfriend, something like that. They take off. The officer starts shooting at the suspects. You know, they charged the officer. I know they were not a threat, but what do you expect people to do? It's getting out of hand. This is ridiculous. You're taking people things, traumatizing folks. It's not right. So am I wrong for even talking about this stuff? Am I wrong for saying this is a little too much for me? Before you call me a sellout, Uncle Tom, Oreo, and the list goes on, I guarantee you, you wouldn't want some of these guys within 50 miles of your community. You wouldn't want some of these guys within 2 states of where you live. Trust me, I guarantee it. Problem is, we have an ugly history over here, and it was never reconciled. So when you hear things like programs and stuff like that, it's just a big lie. Don't get me wrong, this stuff isn't new to me. It's not foreign. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I'm just older and I'm tired. I just want peace. I want peace for everybody. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to enjoy their lives. There are plenty of guys who got a raw deal, getting railroaded by the system. I'm not talking about those guys. And I didn't say all of them were bad. But some of these guys are taking advantage, and they're going right back out in the world and wreaking havoc on innocent people. Then again, the leadership closed schools in the poorest communities where kids could have been in the classroom instead of out in the street. And it is a parenting issue as well, but it all ties in together. So you close these schools, okay? Years later, you elect to open them, or at least one, so that you can house other people. We have people sleeping on the viaducts and in the street, but we'll bus people from other states over here to take care of them. Absolutely makes no sense at all. Really doesn't. It's a shame. We got a lot of work to do. I know this because of all the helicopters and sirens I hear every night. And I'm not without sin. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. But you're supposed to learn from those mistakes and grow. And we as a people, as a society, we have to do better. Well, I'm grateful. Things could have been much worse. Appreciate all the help from my neighbors. One of them was really upset. He said it was like stealing from him. I guess the brute was more than just a lawnmower. Brought me and my old man together, me and my neighbors. You know, I think I'll start a GoFundMe account. Buy a bunch of them and pass them out. It'll be like a symbol of togetherness. I hope that guy and that lady get the help that they need. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.